has come out crazy, is playing Aladdin there. You would almost swear that Robin Williams just came down and took her body over because it was crazy. My other one, kind of a blurry picture, is the ballerina. She dances 3 to 4 nights a week. Craziness. She loves putting on her point shoes because she stands up and is taller than her dad. So she's almost there without them anyway. And then my wife that you can see there at the Cardinals game, we're in the middle picture. She works on Scott. She's been a federal employee since she was a junior in college. She worked some internships and then got on up in Chicago and has worked for the federal government in different areas for 28, 29 years. But still, she started her countdown calendar. She can't retire for another 9 years, 6 months, 17 days, I think it was. I don't know. Who's counting? Nobody counts at that rate. And then, this is a military community. I was in the Navy for 6 years, submarines, which is why I have girls and move around funny sometimes. So.
3 best referral partners?
3 best referral partners. Well, Jason's a great one. Mortgage people, builders, and then HR people that can help me, moving people into this area. Love working with new people. Love getting them information, helping them get established, figuring out if their kid likes soccer, let's get them involved in kicks, or the cities, if it's lacrosse, if it's art, whatever it is. Help get the kids plugged in, because that's what makes our community so great is the kids and running them around and all the roundabouts and parks.
Burning desire?
Burning desire. I want to talk with Josh back there and build me a couple of buried homes out in, just on the other side of Lebanon. I don't know if he's willing to do that yet. Green, built-in hobbit hole kind of, very low-key Nazi.
Something no one knows about you.
Well, other than I'm getting my FOIL card, because my wife and I are still discussing that. She is very anti-gun, but it's going to happen. I have scuba dive, dry suit scuba in the North Atlantic off of Norway. That was quite unique to put on a wool sweater and put on this dry suit with these big plastic pieces and go underwater and come up and still be dry. So, saw an octopus. So, pretty cool. I guess I have this now, so I can continue. So I am John Grissom, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Elite Properties, and yes, home services is one word. I don't know whose idea that was, but it always comes up as a red line anytime I type it on any program, telling me I misspelled it. I have been a realtor now for just almost 3 years. This year I will double what I did last year, and last year I was Rookie of the Year. So it's coming along good. So today we're going to talk about an aspect that I provide for my clients. A lot of realtors will come to you and tell you, well, I'll get you further on the internet. I'll get you on more sites. It's a crock. Once you're on Zillow, once you're on Realtor.com, you are filled throughout the internet. Everywhere you go. There is Hippo Realty in California. My homes are all there. Any realtor's homes are all there. So when they say that they put you more spaces on the internet, they're full of it. Now, my company does pay for it to be lifted up on Realtor.com and Zillow a little higher, but all the majors actually do that, and they pay a little extra so that their homes will come a little quicker. Not necessarily the first one, not necessarily on the front page. But what do I do on the internet that makes me stand out and makes my clients happy? I begin with Facebook. Facebook is, and I know the kids tell you it's dead, it's all into Instagram and Twitter, and I do work with them, but Facebook is where those with money are, those that are in the middle incomes, those that are, work a 9-to-5 job and don't have time to check their phone every 15 minutes for Twitter. So it goes way too fast for me. But so what I do is I create a page for your house. And you say, okay, John, so what, a page for my house? What's that do? What this does is when I go out and have my photographer come in and take your pictures, because right over there is my best camera I've ever owned on my cell phone. I've got 2 different cell phones so I can take all sorts. One's an Apple, one's an Android. I can play them and push them anywhere, but they're nowhere near the quality of the professional that I get to come in and take pictures on any home. Any home I list, I'm going to have a professional come in, take those pictures. They have the lighting stuff, they have the angles, they have the education. And those pictures will go here on your Facebook page for your house. You see, this one is 123 Berdan. It's a house here in O'Fallon. So you create this page and you put on the pictures. And that way that my client can share that with their friends. And their friends share it out. And suddenly it's all over the internet. And then especially in this military community we're in, when they share it to somebody over in Mildenhall, England, or to Germany or Japan, the people that are coming here start learning about our community and start learning about the homes in the area, and it gets a house sold. I put my videos. If I do a video at your house, sometimes it's just a walkthrough, looking at the different aspects of the house, the flow, so people get a sense of what is there, what they are looking at, and what they're going to purchase, what they're looking to purchase, and hopefully it'll attract more people. Now, worst improvements you can do for your house. Adding extra bathrooms. The only time this isn't true is if you only have one bathroom. A 3-bed, 1-bathroom is hard to sell. A 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom sells great. Or you can add a bathroom if you add a basement or a pool. But for the most part, adding an extra bathroom, having 3 beds and 3 baths, isn't going to get you any further than 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. Just the way it is. These all come from NAR, the National Association of Realtors. Except that picture. That picture is an actual toilet in O'Fallon. It does exist. So there are some unique stuff. And the tub was orange. Now, a friend of mine added the mustache deep in the night just to make fun of me, but I've left it on there. One of the other things I do, I was thinking about growing it that way. One of the other things I do is I do open houses. Is an open house going to sell your house? Probably not. But I do open houses so I get more clients, because if I have more clients, I have more opportunities to sell your house, to bring more people that I'm getting the ear of who are looking for homes, so I can bring them. Now, a lot of realtors will have, well, first of all, they don't have a sign with a pretty face like that on it. It stops traffic. So I don't know if that's a good thing. But I have 20 of these. And I try to use every one of them without being obnoxious on the route. I put them on all the major streets around. I direct it in, and I get it out there. So that when I have an open house at your house, anybody within a 2-mile radius is going to know about it. They're going to see it. They're going to know, and they're going to show up. I'm going to learn about them. And if it's not your house that I sell, it'll be yours or yours, because I have their ear. Now, the other thing I do, and many of you have seen these, and some of them are pretty funny, and there's a funny one coming up, is I do videos. I enjoy getting to my open house, getting it all set up, and then I'll take a quick video. If it'll play.
Hold on, go back.
Hey, it's O'Fallon John here, coming to you from 505 Country Pine in O'Fallon again. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a basement. It's got an unfinished area and 3 rooms down there. I'll keep playing. The best part's yet to come.
I know, I'm just,
I actually move around and my lips move. I don't the twirl twist this stuff.
still shopping.
Still shots and video behind it. Hey, it's O'Fallon John here, coming to you from 505 Country Pine in O'Fallon again. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a basement. It's got an unfinished area and 3 rooms down there for your enjoyment. Come check it out. I'll be here till 4. If you don't find me in the house, check the pool. Who knows? Maybe in there. I'll see you soon. So I use these little videos. They catch people's attention. These are on Instagram, and then they're shared over to Facebook. It does get you a sense of the house. I try to have the house in there. That's why you only see, at most, I try half my face or less. It was a real problem for my minister's wife. She kept telling me, John, you only had half your face. That's the purpose. John, you only had half your face. Well, that's the purpose. She never could get it. That's no fun. That's no fun. I got armed. You should see when I'm filming and somebody's walking by the street watching me, because it takes several takes. There's 6 or 8 takes there before I get one I like. So, sunroom. Now, I know, this sunroom was beautiful. I have a house now in O'Fallon that has a sunroom that's beautiful. You're not going to get your money back. If you put it in a sunroom to get more money than value out of your house, it's not going to happen. There's not enough people behind them that love them. But I tell you what, it helps sell a house, but you're not going to get your money back. You're not going to decide, hey, I'm going to sell my house and put in a sunroom in. Worst investment there is, almost. Second worst, actually. So one more video. Can you play that?
Yeah.
This one's fun because I kind of sing in it. This was this past winter. I show up and the roads are horrible.
The weather outside is frightful. But this house, in 36 Caswell, is delightful. And I hate to tell you, I'm canceling my open house today. Give me a call and I'll get you in this week when it turns 50 again.
And by Wednesday it was 50 and I had 2 showings. So they do work. It does help. And as you can see, I use a lot of humor. This is a stressful time in a lot of people's lives, whether it's first time, last time, or not. You're moving. Everything has to fall in place. You might have to sell your house so you can buy your house, and the movers are coming, and the movers have your stuff. The movers will keep it one day, but it's very, very stressful. So I try to keep it lighthearted, and I keep everything informed. You're saying keeping people informed. They feel so much better when they are informed and they know what's going on. Even if it's just, hey, your house had 1 showing this week. They didn't like it. They didn't say anything bad about it. They didn't like it. We're just going to keep pushing on. I'm doing this. I'm pushing it through Facebook. I'm doing this. I'm contacting this. So the other thing is on Facebook, all these videos get boosted. When I list a house, I make a flyer provided by my company that I put out there, and then I boost it. And by boost, I send it out to people I don't know. And you can control that with age, area, all sorts of little things that if they have Scott Air Force Base listed on any of their stuff, it'll go to them. But then you've got to follow it up. It's like anything. You've got to learn from it. And I work with this a lot, and I'm trying to work to target my audience by the house. And I'll explain more to this if you'll schedule a one-to-one with me. But only if you do that. So another thing, as a realtor, I'm always trying to educate myself. I have the military relocation professional and the accredited buyers. I'm also a relocation specialist for my company. The next thing I'm working on is a seller's representative that I just ordered. I hope to have it done by the end of the year before next spring gets going. Last thing, worst remodel job, offices. People are going to come in their office and make it what they want. When you remodel, when you redo it, you're going to spend a lot of money for bookshelves. It may not fit the next guy. You're better off saving your money unless you're going to live in there. Josh and I were talking about it before. If you're going to remodel a house, you need to be going to stay there. You don't want to remodel to move. It's the worst thing you can do. And then I always finish with this. It just tells a little about me. I also have this in my presentation when I have clients. So, because not only am I coming to your house as a professional, I'm coming to your house as myself, and I do want to work with you. Not only this move, but on average, everybody moves every 7 years. I want to be there for the next one. I want to be there for your family, your friends, and I want you to be able to come to me when you have questions about the area or your house. Any questions?
What is your what's the hot market right now? Price dollar point.
Up to about 225 is really hot if it has been kept up. People are getting scared above that. They know what they have, and they're scared to scurry over to something that may not be what they want. Is what I'm seeing. I think a lot of it deals with the presidential election. I won't go to, well, it's just polarizing is the problem. And so people are scared what's going to happen to their money in the long run. House buying wise, this is a great time for mortgage rates. And, you know, they can't go down much more. So it's a great time, but nobody wants to spend money because they're just so unsure is what we're finding.
What's the average listing time at that price point? Is there?
Oh, in up to, well, 160 to 225, you can be sold in 45 days or less, according to where it is. So O'Fallon sells real well. Mascoutah sells real well. Belleville, according to where you are, Belleville is the subdivisions or the areas change so rapidly because of the age of the whole town, how it's gone. So,
Are there any areas or types of property that you do not want to work with?
I don't want to work with East St. Louis properties. There's a lot of headache because they, for the most part, they haven't been kept up. A lot of great people, but the homes just are not kept up, and it becomes a headache because they don't have money.
Maximum value that you want?
No. I would love to list Far Oaks and only Far Oaks. I think we all would. You'd love to have that golden goose client. I was at a conference back in March, and I was talking to somebody that had sold 2 homes, but had total blown me out of the water on total because they were in California, and one of the homes was $4 million. Well, if I could do that in one shot, yeah, I'd love it. But
They'll make a month.
yeah, be talking to Mr. J. Hilburn over here, and all sorts of suits.
I was introduced to Ron Jones.
The future's bright. Yeah. So no, I work with all. I'm listing a house that'll probably list at 35 over in Belleville, and today I close on one that's right at 300 up in Edwardsville. So.
And what's the mileage boundary of what's really in your
Realistically,
in your sphere?
Edwardsville down to Columbia, I'd go to Waterloo, and then I work Trenton out to even Carlisle. I sold a lot out there. O'Fallon is where I live. Sure, I'd love to sell nothing but North O'Fallon homes, but I like to travel. I like to see.
You cross the river?
I do not cross the river. That's a new license. So I can't cross there. I do have referral partners through BNI and such that I use. So.
And who do you really want the most in the town?
Tradesmen. That's the ones that I have lots of referrals for, just a generic painter, small roof repairs. I'm going to be working with Josh on some of those, but I know some of the jobs are just too small for him, to get his crew out there. So. Yeah, right now tradesman's what I need. An AC guy,